Let's talk momentum trading, guys. If you are frustrated with how your momentum trading is going, never fear, because those two guys are here and they're going to tell you what you should be looking for in momentum trades specifically to help you be more positive. Guys, let's go. Talk some momentum trading.
Absolutely. And look, I think when you're talking about momentum trading, the first thing is try to keep it a little bit simple. And I'm going to go with sometimes I think is the most obvious rule for momentum trading is don't fight the trend. But not just, it's not so much that you don't fight the trend. It's very specific things about the trend that you want to avoid, just to give yourself a little bit of an edge. So I'm going to pull up something which is about as trendy as you can find, and that's going to be Oxy, because oil prices have been going gangbusters, so the strength in that space has been huge. And you can see, look, we're in a very, very clean upward trend. Even with that nice little bearish candle you had at that top, you're still with a nice overall trend. Now, one of the things I'm going to talk about here is when you have a nice consolidation off the top, like you did in Oxy just the last couple of days. You get the wick top, bit of a bearish candle, and then you're trying to consolidate off that top. If you simply look at the fact that it breaks out again on that daily here, breaks this consolidation, all I'm thinking about at that point is, okay, I'm looking for longs, right? Like it's retaking these highs at about 59, and you're really just thinking about going long there. I get it. After it put in that wick top, it would have been a very trendy and nice idea to start fading that level. Okay, it put in a parabolic move up. It's gone too far. Yeah, let's look for fade trades. I do it all the time. It's not a bad plan. But what ends up happening is you consolidate off that pullback. You then grind into a double, triple, quadruple top at that 59, and then suddenly you're breaking out. So you have a trending stock in one sense, you have it consolidating, and once it's breaking out on a higher time frame, that's where you're only really thinking about those longs, right? Until it gets to a pretty big level, you just have to think about, okay, there's multiple reasons it's coming, but do not fight something that is breaking out on the daily or is breaking out on a higher time frame. There are fades to be had on strong stocks or buys to be had on weak stocks, but when you have those types of levels getting broken, sometimes there's only one way to go.
100%, and again, you got the good one there. You got the trade, the momentum there, the scalping, the in and out, the trade, the trend. But I wrote down on my little sticky note, again here, one time, you're not going to be able to read it, but as soon as I heard this is what we're talking about, I wrote down trade duration. So I think that when you're trading into momentum stocks and momentum market, how do you trade these names? How do you momentum trade? I think the best thing to look at is obviously trade duration. And, if you're not following the trend, then you got to get out faster. And I mean, this is a good example for me on Facebook, and it's a losing trade, but I think the example makes a lot of sense. We got in super early, right at 9:30, able to scalp out quickly for $1. Got in again, scalped a little bit out, scalp. But then we started taking 212s, 211s. Why did we take this? Because we like these levels into here. 211s, down here, 210s, things like that. But as soon as we heard some negative news about Facebook and the trend, definitely not our friend here in the morning, we kept fighting these longs. We got out super fast. And that's what I mean about trade duration. As soon as you're long, normally I would have held and tried to look for some lower levels, like down over here, 208. I mean, that held that 208. But we didn't want to hold through this move. Like, how many shares are you going to hold against you? If this is wrong, then it continues to break lower. So I feel like in these markets, trade duration, very key. Another example, where's my Neo trade? Here it is right here. Another example of this. Look how many ins, like short, and look at the rapid outs. Like, we take a lot of shares, and look, I would have loved to hold for these bottoms, but we don't know exactly where it's going to be. So when you have the trend and you have momentum with you, which right here, trend to the downside on Neo, still making higher lows, or sorry, I guess lower highs there, lower high again, starting to make some of these bottoms. You got to get in and out as fast as you can. So for me, it's all about trade duration, and we're doing it again. Short here, holding it for what? Maybe 20 minutes before it gets right back down here, and then getting out, averaging in, waiting for our spots. So look, I'm going to get stopped out here when it comes and breaks this. It's all about, for me, how long you're in these trades. The market is trending with big momentum. You can get caught offside so easily. So for me, watch your trade duration. Nothing wrong with holding something. but make sure that you scalp something out because the trend can change so fast when the momentum is moving like this.
I love that. And it can be as simple as, if the green prints stop, get out of the trade. That's a momentum trade, right? We want to be in that direction for the time that the momentum is there. So don't swim upstream or against the current, and also watch for those changes in direction, guys. There's a little bit of a help on momentum trading.